Hello. Happy New Year. It's been a while. So, remember when I promised I would upload an Otakon video? Well, that was 5 months ago, and since it's the new year, what perfect time to finally upload that Otakon video. So, I filmed this video, like, 1 week after Otakon happened, which was 5 months ago, so everything I said was relevant at that time. I had, like, a really fun time at Otakon, so I hope you guys enjoy, like, me retelling the experience. It was really fun to edit actually, because I haven't seen this footage in like 5 months, and then I didn't remember like a lot that happened. So it's like a nice time capsule for myself. So I hope you guys enjoy watching it. And also, it's like way too long, so I'm going to like share my convention haul in like another video. So enjoy the 1 hour story time vlog thing. Hello! If you're seeing this, that means I survived Otakon. Um, a lot of things happened. If you guys have seen the videos of the lines, you know that I waited in line outside for 2 hours, and then it started raining, so that was great. It also was very hot, and then when I wore Child on Saturday and Sunday, I was sweating like balls, like I am kind of like right now. It's kind of hot, and I can't have the fan on when I'm recording because the audio will pick it up, so I'm kind of suffering. So you're kind of getting the Otakon experience of me sweating in my room. Alright, so I have like no idea how I look like in this cosplay. Um, oh, what really disappoints me was like during the weekend, whenever I take pictures of myself, I'm like, wow, yeah, like I could fix some things and I look pretty good. And then whenever someone like asks for a picture with me, or like I start like posing, I just look like the most awkward ever. I'm just standing there, and then I'm like doing like a smile, and then my bangs are like falling down my face like right now. So I keep having to adjust my bangs like every 3 seconds. And also my vision, you could probably tell I'm visionless today because it kept falling off like every 2 seconds, so I had to like stand there holding it until I just gave up and I just chucked it in my purse. So, you know, I had my vision on me, it just wasn't on me. So throughout the weekend, I tried to like take clips of like things like such as like Artist Alley or like walking around the convention center, but both my cosplays I had to wear gloves, so that quickly went out the window. I really wanted to like vlog real time during the con, but then like I was too hot, I was too like exhausted, I had gloves on, and I didn't want to give a shit about all that, so I just like filmed like some clips, and then I just decided that I'm just going to like tell like what happened like post con instead of like directly there. But I did make some notes on like what happened, so I can remember everything that happened during that insane weekend. So I'll pull up my laptop. I also have I'm going to post like a haul at the end of the video, or maybe a separate video. I have like this stuff right here. This seems like not a lot of stuff, but that was like, I'm pretty sure like $200 worth of stuff. So yeah. Every keychain was like $15, but that's what I have to pay for good art. Alright, so I'll start with Thursday, the dawn before the convention. So I went to the sleepover, and then I painted my friend who would be cosplaying Hu Tao. I painted her nails black for Hu Tao's nails. And then I started detangling Amber's wig, which took way less time than I expected, so that was great. It was a hot mess, but since I had like experience detangling like Hu Tao's wig from the night before, I guess my muscle memory kicked in and I just started detangling that. And then I slept at 2 o'clock, and I would have to wake up at 7 o'clock the next day to get ready and head for the Amtrak. So it's Friday. The 7 a.m. alarm goes off, and I just decided, nah, I'm gonna sleep for 10 more minutes. So I enjoyed that 10 minutes of sleep. And because of those 10 minutes of sleep, I was almost late to go to the Amtrak. I mean, when I say late, I mean my early late. I don't like going to places late, so I like to go like 30-20 minutes early. So I was almost late to go to that early slot. Alright, so the train arrived at 8 a.m. And since we were like one of the first stops, the train was empty, so like all the seats were open, so like we all got like seats like in a row together, so that was good. It would not be like that when we go back from DC. So we went to the cafe car and we took some like nice, like I took a nice like footage of like what was going on there. I'll like pop it up. We went to like the cafe car and I got like $3 overpriced like coffee, but you know, I needed my coffee, so I needed to make that sacrifice. So pretty much I was just on the train. There's like no signal for half the ride, and then the Amtrak Wi-Fi did not work, so I was just like listening to my tunes. And then when we were like almost an hour away from the DC Union Station, I started like putting on my Amber makeup. So I did the like over the top cosplay makeup. As you could see, like it has like huge lashes and you kind of have to do like exaggerated makeup. So I looked like a clown in like my actual like self, because it looks fun with like cosplay, since you have your wig and your outfit and it's kind of like the last thing you look at, like your face doesn't really like pop out. But when you're just wearing a casual outfit with like normal hair, I looked like a clown, especially with Amber's red eye makeup. So I had to go off like Union Station with that makeup. My biggest worry was check-in for the hotel, because I think hotel check-in was at like 4 o'clock, but I really wanted it to be earlier. And I know that some places they allow early check-in, so I was like really praying that like they would let us check in early with like no fees. And luckily we arrived at like around 2, I believe, and the lady at the front desk allowed us to check in early, so that was amazing. We went to the 6th floor, which is our hotel room, and it was a pretty nice room. I don't think we took any pictures of it because we just like threw down all our stuff and then started getting to cosplay, so we didn't like do anything. So I can't show any pictures of the hotel room, but I could probably do like default pictures of what it looked like. There's like 2 double beds, and we just split off and started like frantically getting into cosplay. I had to like style my friend's hutao wig because we didn't do that beforehand. I had to like put on all of like Amber's like belt thingies, which I hate doing because there's so much things on her belt. And then like after I was done, it never happened to me before, but like all the like heavy things from her belt started like sagging my shorts. So like during the con, I had to like pull up my shorts like every 2 seconds. So I didn't really like wearing Amber because of that complication. So moving on. Oh yeah, after we got ready, it was like around, I think like 3:30, and then immediately after we like got out of our hotel room, there was this normal guy who obviously wasn't there for the con. He was just there. He was on our floor and he was like pressing the elevator button, so we're just waiting for the elevator, and like you just hear him. He's just like, this country, like I hate this country, and we're like, okay dude. So then we stepped in the elevator with him, and then like we like all went to the ground floor, and then like throughout the whole thing he's just like, I hate this country, like what's going on? So he was obviously thinking, he saw us in our cosplays and he obviously did not like that, so he just like, he was like insane. Like I was actually kind of like a little bit scared in that elevator, but luckily nothing happened. He was just incredibly rude, and we like left and went on our way to Otakon. And immediately when we stepped outside, like there's just normal people everywhere in the streets. Our hotel was like a 5-minute walk from the hotel room, but like that was still enough interaction because everyone was like staring at us. This lady was like, you guys look great, and I was like, thanks. I'm kind of feeling awkward. So we were like making our way to the convention center, and then when we approached there was an incredibly long line, and this was at like 3 o'clock, so like we knew it would be long, but we expected it to be like a little bit shorter because like we thought that people would go in the morning like more. And like throughout the whole trip, my other friend, she was already in line at like 9 o'clock, so she told us it took her like 2 hours to like get through it, and we're like, maybe it won't take us 2 hours, and it did take us 2 hours. Immediately when we got into line, like a lady asked us for pictures. I was like, yeah, sure. I'm like really sweaty and my bangs are like falling down my face, but I took like a lot of pictures outside. Like throughout the line while they were like moving, like it was like it wrapped around like 2 times. So like whenever like we like crossed lines, like some people would ask me for pictures, and I'm just dying there in Amber's outfit with like Baron Bunny in my hands. So that was pleasant. Everyone who asked for pictures were really nice. I just felt really awkward because that was like my first experience at a big con, so I was not used to taking pictures, even though I should have been. So if you took a picture of me and Amber outside in line, I am very sorry. I probably looked very bad and I was very awkward, but I tried my best to be like, yeah, sure, you know, be enthusiastic. Oh yeah. So while we made it through like the loop, so we're now in like the final loop to get back into the building, So this Otakon photographer approached me and he was like, "Are you Kazuna Ai?" And then I kind of get his like correlation since it's like brown hair, like a headband, I guess. But then I had the most awkward time and I'm just like, "No, I am not." And he's like, "Oh wait, Genshin Impact, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, can I take a picture anyway?" Because I'm pretty sure he was like trying to save face. And I'm like, "Yeah." So hopefully he releases that picture. I'm pretty sure he won't because I was like very sweaty and I did not look good. So I don't think it'll show up, but that's a backstory if it ever shows up. Alright, so then like right when we got to like almost the front of the building, it started downpouring. And luckily I saw in the forecast that it would start raining by like it kept getting like pushed back, like the rain. So like all of us thought like, oh, maybe like it won't actually come, and it did. But luckily we were like almost to the front, so there's like a lot of like coverings, like the top like building like portions to like cover us from the rain. But I also have my umbrella, so like it was all of us like crowding around my umbrella, and I felt really bad for a lot of cosplayers in line because they were getting drenched in the rain, and some of them looked like they didn't care. And I was like, you guys are hardcore. I hope you guys get inside like pretty quick. And then so once we got inside, I already knew this because my friend warned me, but there's also like a huge line inside also, and it kind of like wraps around and then it goes into this huge registration room that also has like many like lines inside. So I already knew this was gonna happen, but I didn't know like how long the line was gonna be, and it really did shock me of how long the line was gonna be. And then right when we were almost to the registration room, there's just like two cosplayers. I won't reveal the characters, but they're from two very big animes. And they tried to skip us in line. I'm pretty sure what happened was they like just walked inside without like going for the outside line. They saw the inside line and there's a little opening where you could slip in. So they like tried to slip in. And coincidentally it was where like we were in line. So they tried to like shove in front of us, but I was having none of it. I was going to confront them, but then I was like, nah, I'm too tired. So I was only going to confront them if they like actually skipped us. Cause through the whole thing, I was like trying to like body block them. So like I'm in my Amber cosplay holding my Baron Bunny, and then whenever we turn like a corner or something, I like push like in front of them to like make sure they don't skip us. And like my whole like 4-person group, we're all like doing the same thing. Like we're on Discord like texting, and we're like, were they there before? And it's like, did they skip us? And like everyone's like, yeah, I think they skipped us. And we're like ready to confront them, but then we're like, oh no, like we don't really want to do confrontation, so then we'll only do it if they're in front of us. And then my friend, who was dressed as like Nico from Love Live, she like kind of like body blocked them, and like they kind of like accidentally like slammed them with her like backpack that was also wet from the rain. So that's what you get for skipping, guys. We waited in line for 2 hours, so like there's no reason why you should skip us. And then like they successfully got behind us like once we were like in the middle of the line, and then like when we looked back, they were just gone. So they might have been part of the Friday only. So if you made it to the registration room, there's like tons of people who are shouting like, oh, if you have a Friday only pass, like you can come to the front, because it's understandable. It's like 5 p.m. and like if you're still waiting in line for your Friday only pass, that really sucks. So they might have been Friday only since they disappeared. So like that, I can kind of see why you skipped, dude, but it's still not cool. Like I guess if you just asked us, hey, we're Friday only, do you mind if you get in front of us? Like I don't think we would have mind, because like that really sucks. But like, man, that was the worst thing to do. After registration, we all like walked out the registration room and then immediately collapsed on the floor. So we're just all in a heap on the floor, like trying to like register our passes, and we're all like super starving because I didn't eat since like 9 p.m. like the last night, and it was like 5 p.m. so it was almost like 20 hours since I've like last eaten. So my friend who was already at the con, she like I told her, hey, can you pick us up and then like, hey, show us like some food around here. So we went to like the kiosk that sells like overpriced like $10 sandwiches and wraps. So we ate that. I got like a turkey and Swiss like sandwich, and that was the driest sandwich I've ever eaten in my life, but it was also very good because that was the only nourishment I've had for like 20 hours. So that was $10 well spent, I guess. So then after that, I told my friend to lead us to the dealer's room, since I was going to be like closing first, like by an hour or something. So like we walked around for like, I don't know, like 5-7 minutes, and then I realized I don't really like the dealer's room. Like there's some like nice stuff, but like figures and stuff, I don't want to like buy that in a con because I don't want to transport it. I only had like my travel bag and then like my backpack, which was completely full by Baron Bunny, and then I had my purse, which was also completely full, so there was no way I was like bringing any figures or anything. So like we just like ditched our other two friends who was like walking around, and we went to Artist Alley. So it's like a group of 3 now out of like our group of 5. So we went to Artist Alley and I was immediately like overwhelmed. There was so much like good art everywhere, and then like we walked around like all the booths. We didn't buy anything because we wanted to like look around first, decide like what we want, and then like go back. So we walked around for like, I don't know, 15 minutes, and then I saw the first purchase of the day, which I had to get. It was like an I'll like show this like at the end, but I had my like it's like an amber charm, and then there's like 2 Baron Bunny heads next to it, and that was so cute, and I'm pretty sure it was like $15, but it was so worth it. It was the cutest thing ever. And then after that, my friend who's cosplaying Hu Tao, she was like getting really tired, so she went to like sit down somewhere, while me and my other friend who was at the con earlier, we were just like walking around like trying to like see anything. We were like trying to like scout like cosplayers because we wanted pictures, like to take pictures of them, but we were way too shy. So on Friday I did not take any pictures. People just asked for pictures for me, which I was totally fine with, and I loved like talking to everyone from like the Genshin like community, and that was like super fun, but I was like too shy to like initiate it myself, so I didn't do anything on Friday. So for Artist Alley, I think the only purchases I made was like I feel like maybe all I remember was the Amber keychain, but there's probably more. And then I got like 3 prints, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was one. It's a funny story because while we were walking around, I was like my friend. We just saw like tons of like Yaimiko, Zhongli, like Xiao prints, and we're like, my favorite character is Yoimiya, or like one of my favorite characters. My favorite character is Child, like one of them, but my second favorite character, Yoimiya. I was like, there's no good Yoimiya prints around here. And then like while we were talking about that, we just like turned the corner, and all of a sudden we just saw like a face full of Yoimiya, and I had to get that. So I could show you the print right now, and then I'll give like a better look later. But it's also the hugest print I got the whole like weekend. It's so pretty, and it's huge. And I'm definitely putting it on there. And then I got this Spy Family prints from the same seller. I'm pretty sure it was like 3 for 50 prints, and my friend, she doesn't even watch, my friend, she's never watched or like read Chainsaw Man, but she saw like a print of like, she saw a print of Makima, and then she was like, I need that. Because she was like in this like pose that was like giving like dominance and like arrogance, and she's like, I need that in my room. I'm going to stare at it, and that's gonna be the last thing I look at when I go to sleep. And it's like, I feel ya. So we did the like 3 for $50 deal, so that was an amazing deal. Oh yeah, while we were looking, I was trying to find like Ito prints, because Ito is also one of my favorite characters. So I was like on the quest for an Ito print, and then my friend, she teased me, and she was like, hey, I saw this Ito print. I'm pretty sure it was around here somewhere. So she like was like leading me around the Artist Alley, and like we could not find the Ito print. And then like she texted her other friend who was like there when like she saw the Ito print, and then she was like, oh yeah, it's not in the Artist Alley, it's in the dealer's room. So that cemented my quest for the whole weekend. It was to find that goddamn Ito print, because my friend's an artist, and so she was like, yeah, that's Funder. So she was like, yeah, that's a really good like Ito art. So it was going to be my weekend long quest to find that Ito art, because I didn't want to head back to dealer's room that day. So I was like, oh, I'll probably just go like tomorrow and like check it out. So remember that, my quest for Ito. Oh yeah, and then when I was leaving the Artist Alley, I encountered this super sweet cosplayer. They like asked for a picture of my Amber cosplay, so we took it together, and then they were like, oh yeah, are you going to the Genshin photo shoot tomorrow at 11 a.m? Because I think I'm cosplaying Lisa for that, and I don't think I can make it to the 4 o'clock one. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going there, like at the 11 a.m. shoot as Child, which is I'm currently wearing. And I was like, yeah, I'll see you there. And I handed them my my like cosplay card, and I was like, yeah, see you there. And then you'll see whether or not I go to that Genshin photo shoot. So as we were leaving the convention, like we were right at the main like doors to go back to our hotel room, and then all of a sudden we just see the most beautiful Ningguang and Beidou cosplayers just like walking in. I'm pretty sure they were registering, and then like, but there's like a boundary, like the stringy, I don't know what they're called, the string thingies that like the string poles that keep you away from them, because I'm pretty sure they were like registering like late at night. So they came in, and then we're like, oh, we really want a picture, but like we're kind of too like shy. But then like they were too beautiful, and I was like, okay, I'm going to ask them for a picture. So then like we were like walking towards them, and then like right when we were like almost there, they turned a corner and went to the registration room, and we're like, no. The beautiful cosplayers. So that was like the one that got away, the most beautiful Ningguang and Beidou cosplayers I've ever seen in my life. I'm so sad I couldn't get a picture, but I also didn't want to be creepy and like stalk them into like the registration room for a picture. So I just cut my losses, and we went back to our hotel room. And then right as we got on the street, there's this guy standing in like the intersection, and he had like a megaphone, and he was talking about like, oh, like if you're a real American, blah blah blah, and like hail Satan, and he kept repeating hail Satan, and I could like smell like so much weed on him, and I was like, yeah, I'm never going to DC again besides Otakon. Because some of these locals be insane. Like we encountered the elevator guy, and now like this hail Satan guy. So then after we safely got into our hotel room, I immediately took off like all my cosplay, and I called dibs on the shower first. A most amazing shower of my life. And then as we were falling asleep, my friend turned on the TV and they were playing Shrek 2. So I fell asleep to the ASMR sounds of Shrek 2. So then that day I realized, so that's the end of Friday, but I learned 2 lessons that day. I'm never going to wear amber to a convention ever again. I don't think I'm wearing that outfit. I'm not sure if I'm going to be like purchasing like a different like amber cosplay, but like my shorts were sagging the whole time, my socks were falling off, so like every time like someone asked for a picture, I had to like reach down and like pull my socks up. My headband was like falling down, so much things was going wrong with Amber. Like the biggest thing was like her shorts were sagging, and I had to literally like hold it or like pull it up every 2 seconds. So I don't want to go through that again. So I'm probably retiring Amber for like conventions. I'll probably still like film some things of her, but I will never walk in a convention with her again unless it's a different cosplay. But I have like Baron Bunny with me, so I feel sad that I'm retiring her. But also her like vision popped off, so it's kind of broken. So I really do love Amber, so maybe one day I'll purchase like a better quality version of her. She was actually the first Genshin cosplay I've ever bought. Now I have like 12 or something, so I have a lot. But she was my first one ever, so I kind of have like a special place in my heart. So I'm definitely going to like consider like revamping her for one day. Oh yeah, and lesson 2 I learned that day was my purse was way too heavy. My shoulders were actually super sore. I'm pretty sure it weighed like 15 pounds or something. I don't even know what I put in there. I'm pretty sure I had like all my makeup and stuff like that. Not even my makeup, it's just like my emergency makeup. So for Saturday, I made sure to chuck out all my makeup. Like I don't care if it messes up or anything. I'm just chucking that makeup away. I had my water bottle in there, which was important. So like I still have to use that. So I couldn't get rid of that water weight. And then I had like my like huge like thing of like business cards, and I was like, yeah, I was too shy to hand those out on Friday, so that was a waste of time. But I handed out one to that amazing cosplayer that was going to be cosplaying Lisa for the photo shoot on Saturday. That was like the only one I passed out that day. And if you're watching, hey, you're amazing. And I'm sorry I did not see you in that photo shoot, because you'll see what happens. Alright, it is now Otakon Saturday. I don't know if you could pick up like my metal thingies clanking, but I was there. So Saturday, since it was a way longer day, I have like a lot more notes down here. So I woke up at 8:45 to get ready. The reason I woke up that early was we wanted to like test out the hotel breakfast, but then everyone, when I woke up at like 8:45, they all went back to sleep because there was like that. But I still got ready because I was the only one who was like wearing like a lot of makeup for cosplay, so I just started getting ready. I had to like do like bruised hand makeup for child too, so that would take like more time. It's also raining, I don't know if you could hear that. Perfect day to film. So I woke up at 8:45. I was doing my femme child makeup, which also my favorite name now for this cosplay is Lady Child, because when I was like walking through the booths on Sunday, like these two artists from the booth where I like bought prints from, they're like Lady Child, Lady Child. So then like I turn around and they ask for a picture, so that was so wholesome. So my favorite name for this cosplay now is Lady Child. so I wanted to make it to the Genshin photo shoot again at 11 a.m. I told my friends, hey, I want to go to this Genshin photo shoot at 11 a.m. So we're like, yeah, sure, we could probably make it. So we leave the hotel room at 11 because I had to get my makeup in time. But we were just like, whatever, we don't have to be there first. Oh, that thunder. So we're like, whatever, we don't have to be there like on time. Like we can just go there late. So we were just expecting to like walk into the convention center. Keep in mind that's a 5-minute walk. We were like going there and we're like, oh yeah, since we have our badges already, I'm pretty sure we can just walk in. Nah. Once we got there, we saw this like huge line like wrapping around the convention center, and since we were there yesterday, we're like, look at these losers, like they need to register and get their passes, ha ha ha, we don't have to do that anymore. Like obviously we didn't say that. I'm just like exaggerating it, but we're like, yeah, that can't be us. So then like we started looking around and we're like, wait, this huge line, they all have passes on them, and we're like, oh no, we probably have to wait in line now again. That wraps around the building. So we tried to like find like whatever like end of the line there was. The end of the line sign guy was not there because he just gave up on finding the end of the line. So we're like, whatever, so we just like hopped at the end of what we thought was the line. So we were waiting there in like the scalding heat. It was like super sunny that day, so luckily my Hutao friend, she brought her umbrella because I forgot mine, so then we have like some shade from the sun, and it was great. She's the tallest one out of all of us too, so she was just holding the umbrella for us, and then her hand got tired, so I had to hold the umbrella. And so we finally got inside after like 30 minutes, which doesn't seem long, but when you're in the freaking scalding heat in long sleeve cosplay with pants on as child, I was sweating so much. And so once we got in line, I was like, super sweaty. We made it inside, we made it for the metal detector, and luckily there's no line inside like last time, so we just like went off and we immediately went to the another like food stand with their overpriced $10 chicken wraps. So I just got like a Caesar, like I'm pretty sure we all got Caesar salad, like chicken Caesar salad wraps, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so like while I was like grabbing my chicken wrap, like a Raiden Shogun cosplayer just like tapped me on the shoulder and was like, I love your cosplay, and I turned around and I saw them with like a Yaimiko too, and it's like, oh my god, your cosplays are so cool. So we just like checked out our sandwiches, and then like we me and my friends just like sat down like right in front of the food kiosk and started eating our sandwiches. I'm pretty sure I took a video there, and then like my other two friends, my Venti cosplay friend, she decided to like, I don't want to like wear Venti anymore because it was way too hot, so she just went in like regular clothing. My Hutao friend, she actually like went more to Hutao, like a casual like cosplay. So like we were hanging out, and I also had my Nico cosplay friend, so I'll still call her Venti, even though she's not in her Venti cosplay that day. But like Venti and Hutao, they're just like eating their wraps, like they're on their phone scrolling. And then me and Nico, we were just sitting there, like just like staring out into space, eating our sandwiches, because we just didn't have the energy. So while I was staring at the space, I just noticed this Asian lady. We're sitting there like right in front, and there's like a huge line of people like going to the dealer's hall like right in front of us. So there's just a lot of traffic. So out in the corner of the eye, I see this Asian lady step out of the traffic, and then like go in a corner and just like she just takes out her phone and starts like doing like some shots of us eating. So keep in mind, me and Nico are just sitting there staring out into space. Even though I see this, I don't want to be like looking at her like taking a picture, so I'm just like resuming eating my wrap like super casually because I didn't want her to notice that I noticed her. So now there's a picture on someone's phone of like just Nico and Child like staring out into space eating chicken, like their chicken wraps. So that was great. Do not take pictures of cosplayers without their consent, and especially if they're just eating lunch on the floor, because we were not ready for that. But that's like a super funny situation anyway. I didn't care, but I'm pretty sure like other people like wouldn't appreciate it. So that was super funny to me, and I just like telling that to my friends. So then after we finished lunch, we went to the artist alley, because that's where that's like the whole that's the whole reason I love going to cons. It's the artist alley. I love seeing like everyone's merch, and there's like so much Genshin stuff there because that's like the biggest thing ever right now. So I was like looking around the Genshin merch. I bought so much stuff, a lot of stuff from the artist alley. I'm pretty sure I was there for like 3 hours or something, and we just went through like all the booths trying to like look at everything, and then like I bought so many charms. I also like took pictures of like the stands, and I sent them to like my sister and my other friends, like, hey, you want anything? Like, I could buy it for you, and he could like Venmo me back. So then like I was window shopping for them. I had to like buy like a couple things for them too, and it was also great because like some places have like buy 3 get like 2 free or something deals, so it was nice to like do those deals with them. So I bought like a lot of stuff. I kind of regret not getting some other stuff since like I'm addicted to Genshin, so it's kind of hard to like only pick 3 characters I like and stuff like that. So I really wanted to get like more stuff, but my wallet did not appreciate it. And then like throughout that, like people will approach me for like pictures, and I was like super grateful. I love talking to everyone. The thing about me is everyone has like the cosplayer, like if someone approaches them in that cosplay, they get intimidated because it's like such a cool like cosplay, and that for me is like, I think number 1 is Zhongli and number 2 is Kaya. So then whenever some like Zhongli like cosplayers would approach me, I'm just like, oh god. So a super nice Zhongli cosplayer like approached me. We took a picture together along with Hu Tao. I looked super awkward in that picture. I'm so sorry. I stand really awkwardly, and I'm pretty sure like my head was like back instead of like facing the camera. I look like a middle schooler like taking their first day of school pictures, so I'm very sorry if that was you. After like we were walking around, there's Zhongli and Raiden Shogun cosplayer who's like cosplaying together. They approached me, and it was like so cool talking to them. Like we took pictures together. I handed them like my cosplay cards with like Mora on them, and it's like such a cool interaction. And they really made my day. Like whenever like anyone approaches me for like pictures and like we talk a little bit, it like really makes my day, and that's like what I love about conventions. So we walked around a lot in the artist alley. I'm pretty sure I went to every booth, and I'm like on the hunt for like all the Genshin merch. And also I bought like 1 Critical Role poster that I'll show you later. It was so beautiful. So there was an incident where like my friend like put like soda in her like water bottle, and then like since we were walking, it was like shaking a bit, so it kind of exploded in her bag. And that's when the Zhongli cosplayer like approached us when we were like trying to assess the situation of her exploded drink. So that was like chaotic, but thank you so much for approaching. So we had to like wash that in the bathroom and stuff like that. We're all sticky now. We're sweaty and sticky, which is not a good combination. So after we were done shopping, I'm pretty sure it was like around 3. So it was like 1 hour until the 4 o'clock Genshin photo shoot, which we wanted to experience. So we're like, oh yeah, I guess we could like explore around the convention center. So the artist alley is on like the first floor. Like there's like the main floor, and then there's like the downstairs, and that's like where the artist alley is. I'm not sure if you consider that the first floor or like what, but that's what it was. We were there, so then we're like, I guess we can go upstairs. So we went up the escalator, and then like we were just like walking around, and then by the time like it was like almost like time for the Genshin photo shoot, we're like, yeah, we should head down again, because like the photo shoot area is kind of like across from the artist alley, so we had to go downstairs for that. So then when we tried to go downstairs, that's where all hell broke loose. There's like security guards, and they're like blocking a lot of exits that would have like gone down to that level. But then they're like blocking the escalators. You couldn't go down. You had to like go like all around the convention center just to go down these one escalators that like had a huge line to it. We were so confused. We were incredibly lost. So, but luckily we took the elevator. We really didn't want to like go down the elevator, but like we had to, because we were just so lost and we were like very confused. So we eventually went down the elevator. We successfully made it to the Genshin photo shoot, and I was overwhelmed with all the amazing Genshin like cosplayers. So the Genshin cosplay like photo shoot was great. There were so many amazing people. I went for the Snezhnaya pictures and also the Hydro like characters pictures, and then like so there's a time where like the announcers, they like, oh yeah, if you're part of Liyue, like you should come here and take a picture. So like all the child cosplayers were confused. We're like, yes child or no child for Liyue, and I'm pretty sure no child cosplayers like went up. So I was like, I'll stay here then. But my Hu Tao cosplayer friend just tried to like kept constantly trying to drag me up there. So then I just gave up. So I'm probably sure I was like the only child cosplayer, and I was in the very back, so hopefully no one saw me. But if I haven't seen the pictures for that one, so if anyone sees the Liyue like photo shoot pictures at like 4 o'clock, you could probably see some orange hair in the back, and that's me. And I stood very reluctantly back there, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm here anyway because Hu Tao dragged me here. So I was very awkward. That was like an awkward walk back. So after that, that's when the Snezhnaya and then like the Hydro characters like came up. So then I felt good for those. And then they also called for like tall guys, so that's when like Child's supposed to go up. But like I felt awkward because I was like the female version of Child, so I was like, I just won't participate in that. But like all the cosplayers I met there was like super nice, and I really liked the Hydro gang. We're the Hydro homies. They're like super nice. I'm pretty sure my voice is like decaying right now from like how much I'm talking, and I'm also like sweating really hard, so I totally forgot this happened, but I see it in my notes. So while I was there, I had to like go up for the like Snezhnaya. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying that right, but that's the way I say it. I went up there, and then I met this like this child cosplayer who was also like super cool. So they also had like this homemade like his like staff weapon. Before it disconnects, it's just like the one like long like pole like made out of like Hydro. So they had that with them, and it was like super cool. So then like while we were like waiting, while like other people were taking pictures, I just see in the corner of my eye, like I'm just like sitting in the corner chilling with Hu Tao, and I just see an Ayato like walking through, and then they weren't looking where they were going, so they tripped over that child's staff, and it just broke in half, and I saw the fear flashed in their eyes. So then Ayato like goes up to the child, and they're like, I'm so sorry, like I broke it on an accident and stuff like that. And the child like cosplayer was like super chill, and they're like, oh yeah, I kind of made that in one night, so like I kind of already knew it was like not like great, but I felt bad. I'm pretty sure they're trying to like mask their sadness, because I would have been sad too, man. But like both of them made it out like all right. But I felt bad. That was really like shocking to watch from like the sidelines. I just sat there and I was like, oh my god, what just happened? But I just saw Ayato's life like flash before his eyes. So alright, so we left the Genshin shoot like kind of early because I wanted to go to the dealer's room in search of that Ito print. If you remember from Friday, my friend who like only had Friday, by the way, so she left by now, she told me about this notorious Ito print that looks amazing, and that's like, I really wanted a print of Ito, so I was like going around the dealer's room and I'm like looking for Ito. I'm trying to look for like booths with like a ton of like posters, but they're like original art instead of like the anime art. So I found this one booth, and I see an Ito, and I'm like, wow, I'm pretty sure this is the Ito because it looks amazing. So I sent her a picture. I was like, hey, is it this one? And before she replied, I bought that one. But then, so here's the thing. Before Otakon, I liked Zhongli as a character, but like I didn't really care about him. He was just like a really cool character. I like his interactions with people. He was just like a nice Archon, cool character. Didn't really care about him. And then after Otakon, I've changed as a person. I now find, because like he's such a popular character, so every Artist Alley booth there's at least one picture of Zhongli. You know, it's always an amazing art. So I'm pretty sure Otakon changed me to be a Zhongli simp. And like I don't even like, he's just a beautiful man. So after that I had to go around and then buy like Zhongli prints whenever I saw him. So I'm pretty sure that weekend I bought like 4 Zhongli prints, and they're all beautiful. and Child's my favorite character, and I only bought like 3 prints of him instead of the 4 of Zhongli. So after I bought the Ito, Zhongli, and Child from that booth, my friend responded from Discord, and she was like, "Hey, that Ito's really nice. Glad you got that one, but that's not the Ito that I told you about." And I'm like, dang it, I have to find that Ito. So I was just walking around, and then I was like, you know what, I'll just leave this for Sunday because I'm very hot right now. I'm kind of hungry, so I'll just leave it for tomorrow. So we just sat down for a while, and then like we reconnected with our whole friend group because we were all like in different places. So after we were sitting there for around like 10 minutes, me and Nico were like, hey, we're both in cosplay and we love cosplayers, so we kind of want to like look around, go back to Artist Alley and then like try to find like some cosplayers to like interact with and like take their picture. So me and Nico decided to like go head down to Artist Alley, and that was like such an amazing experience. Like I met so many more people from that. There's like so many amazing cosplayers, and every time I approach someone for a picture, like I'm like kind of a shy and awkward person, so I was like really shy and I would just be like, hey, can I you look amazing, like can I take a picture of your cosplay? And like I really hope I didn't inconvenience anyone, because it's kind of like hard to like chase down someone who's like looking at booths, so we like made sure like we wouldn't stalk anyone. We would only ask people who was just like casually walking around. We would never like take cosplay pictures of people like without their permission, so we had to ask every time. So we like asked every cosplayer every time. And it was like an amazing experience. I loved there so much, and then me and Nico agreed that hey, we kind of want to do this. So Sunday we were like on the fence about going on Sunday, but then we decided we wanted to go because we wanted to see more cosplayers, we want to like chill, and we wanted to look for that goddamn Ito print. So question for cosplayers: if you're in an Artist Alley, do you mind if people approach you for pictures? Because a lot of people approach me for pictures in Artist Alley, and I really don't mind. I actually really enjoy it. So I really enjoy it. You're not inconveniencing me like when you're asking me for pictures while I'm like shopping at a booth, unless I'm like pulling out my wallet and like buying something. I made sure to never ask people for pictures while they're like actively looking at a booth and like buying something. I would just like made sure that they're just like walking around. So if you're a cosplayer, do you mind if people ask you for pictures at Artist Alley? Because I always feel so awkward about that, like because I feel like a stalker like waiting for them to like finish shopping. But that's probably for like me to learn as I go on. This is like my first ever like convention, like big convention. I think the biggest convention I went to like before then was like 4,000 people, and I only went to 2 conventions before Otakon, and that was when I was in like a sophomore in high school or something, so I was like a fetus. But now that I'm 21, you know, I get to go to more conventions. So question for you guys: so then after like we met up with everyone, we decided to go back to the hotel room. Like Venti and Hutao, they got food, but then me and Nico, we had like our wraps from like 11 o'clock, and we're like, we didn't finish it, it's in our purse right now, maybe we'll finish that for dinner. But then I realized, hey, we bought that at 11 o'clock and right now it's like 9 o'clock, so that's some like hardcore food poisoning if we eat it. But Nico didn't care, so she ate that wrap anyway. I just decided to starve. I threw it away, and I'm like, I'm not really hungry right now, so you know, you can survive without food as long as you have water, so I made sure to stay hydrated. Not a good idea, but you know, that's the convention, like that's the way the convention goes. It's not recommended, but you know, people still do it. Oh yeah, so like last night, so on Friday night, we had the person who was like using a megaphone to like yell "Hail Satan." This time, while we were walking back to our hotel room, again, only a 5-minute walk, like there's a guy on the phone, and then he just saw me, he looked me up and down, and he was like, yeah, there's a goofy ass bitch right here. And I was like, okay. So I did not appreciate being called a goofy ass bitch, but I just like kept walking. If you think like people dressing up in costume is like a goofy ass thing to do, your life must be really sad, man. We're just all like having fun. So that is the end of Saturday. For the nighttime, this time I fell asleep to Despicable Me 2. Amazing pieces of media to fall asleep to. So before we fell asleep, me and Nico agreed to wake up at 7 a.m. to like hopefully get ready, and then like head to the con at 9 o'clock, and then after that we'll go back at like 11:20 and then check out of our hotel room. So that was our plan. Alright, it is now Otakon Sunday. By now, by that time, I've already gotten post-con depression because everything's like closing, and even though we had like 1.5 hours like there that day, I was like, man, I can't not go back to like going to big cons now. I just really love the interactions and everything, and it was such an amazing experience. So I was like, I don't want this to end. So for Sunday we got ready. I'm pretty sure we both woke up at 7 o'clock, but Nico went back to sleep because she didn't have to put that much makeup on, and then I just started putting on my makeup and everything. And the other two, Hu Tao and Venti, they just decided to like sleep in that day because they wanted to get chill before we like went back on our like 5-hour train ride. So while we were like walking out the hotel room to like walk to the convention center, we immediately felt like clowns once we like stepped outside. Because like before, like when we walked out of our hotel room, if you like look around, you could like see some cosplayers there, so you're like, oh yeah, I don't feel that weird. But then like when we walked out, there's just like all normal, like people in normal clothes, and there's like no one walking to the convention center from like our hotel. So we're like, oh, okay. So we're just like walking back to the convention center feeling like clowns. So then like once we got there, like everyone had their like suitcases and luggages, and we're like, no, we don't want this to end. And then luckily there was no line since it's Sunday and it was early, so we went in fine. The dealer's room and the artist alley, they didn't open until 10 a.m. and it was like around like 9:30 by the time we got there. So we were just like chilling downstairs, and then all of a sudden the huge line started getting created for the dealer's room and artist alley, and we were just sitting there in that post-con depression, and then we decided to like go upstairs where like the people were, instead of like waiting in this line. So we went upstairs, we chilled a little bit, and then when it went time for like, the artist alley and dealer's room to open, we went down to like the second floor. There's like 3 floors, I guess. There's like the one underneath with the dealer's room and artist alley. There's like the kind of like main floor where like the main doors are, and there's like the place upstairs. But there's also another level. I don't know, it's a huge convention center, so we were like at the utmost level, and then we went down one, and then there was a huge line to go down the escalator, so we had to like wait in line. And then it was super cute because like while we were there like waiting in line to go down the escalators, which like wrapped around like a long time, the line started moving, and all of a sudden I hear like someone like it was like, excuse me, and like I turn around, and this is while I'm like walking like in line like towards the escalator, and she's like, I'm so sorry, can I like take a picture? And I was like, yeah, sure. So like I just like walked out of the line, we took a picture, and she was like, I'm so sorry for inconveniencing you. I was like, no, it's totally fine. Since my other friend was in line anyway. So after that picture was done, I like rushed back into line, and I like went down the escalator, and we immediately headed to the dealer's room because I'm still looking for that Ito print. So in the dealer's room, I look like those previous days, I never like really like had a look at the dealer's room. So then when I turned to the left from like the entrance that I was at, I just see the Fortnite bus, which I never saw when I went there the previous days. It was there, but I just didn't notice it. So I was like, I need to take a picture of that because of like the huge meme around it. So I took a picture there as my child cosplay. It was nice posing as child in front of the Fortnite bus, and I peeked right there. So then after that, we started like going through our rounds again, trying to find like original art. Spoiler alert, I did not find that Ita art. I could not find it no matter how hard I looked. But you know what I did find? I found another Zhongli print. So it was an artist that also drew a lot of League of Legends art, and it was so beautiful. But there's like these 5 Genshin prints that are like amazing. There's like a Zhongli, Venti, Ningguang, Lisa, and Xiao. So originally I was going to only buy Ningguang, Venti, and Zhongli, but then as like I was like checking out and I was like handing her like my dollar bills, I'm like, actually I like to buy all 5, please. So she's like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. So she like bagged up the like 2 other prints, and then I handed her, it's like $60, which is actually super good if you think about it. 5 prints for $60, very nice deal, and they're so beautiful. Let's see, do I have it? Yeah, I could show you a sneak peek before I show you at the end of the video. Here, you can see the glare, but here's like Zhongli in his amazing form, and then here's Ningguang. So beautiful. I love like the colors on here, and I love the details. It's so beautiful. All right, so like that was like my purchase on Sunday. So then after that, we had like 20 minutes before we had to go back to the hotel room to check out. So we went to the artist alley and for like one final sweep around to find like some cosplayers to take a picture of. And then there's so many amazing cosplayers. So like I took a picture of like this super like cool like Goro cosplayer. There's like a Xiao and Venti together. That was like the last cosplayers we took a picture of. There's like a Yunjin with like the flags like on her back, and that was so amazing. So I had to like flag her down for a picture, and it was so cute. It was so many amazing interactions. So after we got our last picture, we decided to like head back to the hotel. So we have to check out at 12 p.m. from the hotel, and by the time we got back, it was like I'm pretty sure it was like 11:40 around there, or like almost 11:40. So like we were heading to the hotel, like we pressed the elevator button, and then we realized, oh shit, we don't have our room key. It's because I realized when I was like emptying my bag, since it was like super heavy, I must have like left my room key on the desk. So then we called our hotel roommate, which is Hu Tao, and we told her, hey, you should come down and like get in the elevator with us, because the way they make it is the elevator, you can't press your like room level without your hotel key, so you have to like scan your hotel key on the elevator, and then you have to press your floor, and it only works with your floor. So we were screwed because the elevator, there's 2 but only one was working. So everyone was like checking out, so like everyone all the elevators, like the elevator was full, so every floor that went down, it would just constantly stop and open, and it'd be completely full, it'd stop, open, completely full, and stuff like that. So we were freaking out because we only had like 20 minutes to check out, and we haven't cleaned up. We have to get out of this cosplay, and we have to pack up, so we were worried. All right, my camera just like ran out of space on the card, so I had to clear everything. So now I'm back. You could also see it's like getting darker. I'm pretty sure as like the video goes on, you'll see it like progressively get darker. I think I've been like recording for like 2 hours or something, but you know, it was super fun to recount my Otakon memories. So where was I? Oh yeah, so we forgot a room key for the elevator, so we were like calling Hu Tao to like come down and like let us up. So while we were waiting, it's been like a couple minutes, and then I was just like, screw it. So like these 3 people went into the elevator, and I go in, and I'm like, hey, so by chance is any of you going to the 6th floor? And then this one person was like, I am. So it's like, great. So I took like Nico with me. We went up the elevator, we went up to the floor, and then when the elevator opens to the 6th floor, we just see Hu Tao there, and we're like, she was not even close to going down, so we were like, great. So then we rush in, and by the time that we get into the hotel room, it's 15 minutes until we have to check out. So I'm just like, I snatched like my wig off. I'm pretty sure it got tangled in the process. I had to like detangle it a little bit before I recorded this. So I snatched my wig off. I shucked off like child's cosplay, and I started like shoving everything in my bag. And then before I like unpacked everything, like the first day, I realized that like there's like a very minimal amount of space in my bag. So the way I packed it on the first day, that's like the only way I can get everything to fit, because it's so like tightly packed in there. So I had to like, there's no extra room for me to like do anything, but I didn't care. So like when I was like rush packing, I just literally like threw everything in, and then like I tried to like shove it down. So there's like some casualties, like Child's like arm thingy kind of like got crushed a little bit, but you know, it's not really noticeable, so it's fine. Everything worked out. We got out, and it was like 5 minutes till we had to check out, so we were like waiting there for the elevator, and then like every time it opened, it was just a full elevator, and we could not get in. And then luckily there's like this one time there's like a lot of people in there, but it wasn't completely full, so we just like, we asked them if like there was room, so it was like, yeah, try to come in. So we just shoved in, and then we went to check out, and then by the time I handed the lady my room key card, it was 12:01, so we were 1 minute late. I hope that doesn't do anything. I hope there's no bill. It'd be insane if a hotel charged you for like 1 minute late, but we made it out in relatively good time. So then we had all our bags, and we were like waiting in the front of the hotel. That con depression was hitting us, so I ordered an Uber to take us to Union Station, and that Uber, they just made it in front, like they made it to the hotel, but then just canceled it all of a sudden, and I don't know why. So that charged us like $6, so cute Uber driver. So I ordered another one. He was nice enough to like pull up in front of the hotel. We got everything. We went to Union Station. We had some McDonald's. We had to wait like 4 hours there before like our Amtrak came, but it was like a nice experience. We went down to like there's actually a lot of shops in Union Station, which is shocking to me. So like there's a body shop there, and I love the body shop products. Their shampoos are amazing, so I got some like couple things from the body shop. And then there's a Walgreens there too, so we just went downstairs. I got some like Snickers and Walgreens, and then we went on the train. And on the train we were like an hour delayed, because there's like this one part where it was just stuck there. It was going like 14 miles an hour for like half an hour, so we basically went nowhere around that time. So it was also like a completely full Amtrak, so there was no like seats together, so all of us had to like disperse. And luckily my seat buddy was like a random person, was like completely chill, so that was nice, but it was still an awkward experience. So like by the time we went home, I just like collapsed on my bed, ate some good food, and that's the end of Otakon. I'm still like, it's been a week since Otakon, and I still feel empty inside. Like that con experience, I'm pretty sure that was like the peak of like so far, because like that weekend I didn't have to like worry about like anything. Like I don't have to worry about my job, like my school work or anything. So that was like a super nice weekend. Even though I had its like problems there with like a 2-hour wait outside, it was like all a good experience. And I love like seeing all the pictures of everyone there, and I like met so many cool people. So hopefully I can like go to like cons in the future. I already booked my hotel room for Otakon next year. I booked the hotel room the minute the housing portal went on, and I was still not able to get the Marriott that's like attached to the convention, so I just got the second best thing, and I like went on the Marriott waiting list. So hopefully I'll get that. I don't know how many people are on the wait list like ahead of me, but I don't mind the hotel I booked, but it'd be great if I got like the Marriott that's attached to the convention center. And also this time I booked Thursday, so I don't have like the pains of like going through Friday. So that's the end of my journey.